With all the claims they have in America, they can't afford us any longer.
So what you do is you just say goodbye and good luck, and you go on to the next husband. Is that it?
Darling, we all know when a husband starts looking around, we don't want him. At least I don't. So I say, that was wonderful, darling. Thank you very much. I don't ask alimony. Goodbye. And they move out. Some of them, the Yugoslav is very mad still. The other ones are all very happy they left me.
So tell us about Frank Sinatra. Can you tell us about Frank Sinatra?
Well, we don't want to be negative in the first, but I don't like him. But
Why
he's
not?
probably, you must read my book, One Lifetime, and it's not enough, then you see it. Well, let's not talk about Sinatra. There's so many interesting people in my book.
Okay, well, who's interesting that you'd like to tell us about?
My husbands, all of them. Conrad Hilton was, I had the most wonderful husbands in the world. Conrad Hilton, George Sanders, he was fabulous, wonderful. Me too, oh God, I did. Then he married my older sister. Then I didn't love him so much. I redhead like you. And then I married a couple of people I don't remember. Then I married, and I was with Porfirio Rubirosa for years, who you cannot forget. And then I married a wonderful German prince now, 6 years ago. I never stayed that long. You and I have the same eye color.
7-year itch coming up,
We have the same eye color, exactly.
Yes. Hazel green, for those of you who are counting.
Yeah. You have to put some green inside like I do.
So
that makes it green.
The green eyeliner, huh?
Yeah.
So, but now what about Frank? Several of you gals have Frank stories, don't you?
Everybody knows Frank Sinatra.
I never slept with him.
Oh. I never slept with him either.
Is there a reason, Shelley?
I would have liked to. I must admit I would have liked to.
Yes?
He didn't ask me. We did a picture together. And
how did you miss him?
Well, we did a picture together, and it was the time when he was getting a divorce, Tina. And I guess Ava Gardner was putting pressure on him to get married and stuff, and psychiatrists, the children were very young, and you know, you make jokes about this, but it's it's terrible. And priests, and he was trying to, and the picture was chaos, and I guess I was trying to help him resolve his problems.
And I was a friend.
No, I didn't.
No,
he didn't ask me.
She didn't.
In my case, he was George Sanders' good friend. He took me out to a dinner party and actually came in my house. I said, Frank, please, darling, I know you're gorgeous. They say you're a wonderful lover, but I'm in love with my husband. We couldn't get rid of him in the house. The child was young. The governor says, Miss Gabor, what am I going to do with the child? I said, put it in the bathtub and read her stories. And he refused to leave the house until I slept with him. I don't even remember if it was good or bad because I really hated him.
But he was so skinny and weak then.
Apparently not. What about you, Sheila? Do you have a Frank story?
Well, maybe by the time he got to me, he wasn't skinny and weak. And also, we had a very psychic relationship, as well as a sexual relationship.
Oh,
yes?
you slept with him?
Oh, yes.
Psychic? What do you mean you had a psychic relationship?
Well, I've had a lot of those experiences in my life, and I woke up one night when I lived in a townhouse in New York, and he lived in an apartment in New York, and he wasn't at the apartment, so I tracked him down to tell him in Las Vegas that I had seen his plane go off the runway and that he should not take his plane up. And he used to call me Mrs. Witch. And he said, I think you're crazy. Well, he called me in about 12 hours and said, Dino and I were taking the plane to San Diego, and it bounced on the way down, blew a tire, and we went off the runway. So
oh my God, don't tell me in the news I'm going to Europe in a week. I don't want to hear what's going to happen.
Well, they were still around, of course.
She's not psychic with you, just with Frank.
Well,
just
of course,
with Frank.
most women are. Mia Farrow was married to her. Look at how he brought her up. Mia Farrow was his wife.
Yes, I know.
He raised her.
I know, that's what I say. Look how he brought her up. Not so well, not so well.
Well, she's having a hard time now.
I don't believe it. No woman on the world should accuse her man that he raped his children when it's not true. I think it's a terrible revenge. I would be also
Well, I don't think we really know who's telling what here
now.
now.
Darling, you would be also jealous if your daughter at 21 goes off with your love. I would hate it too. None of us would like it, but I wouldn't accuse him with public.
Well, in my particular case, that would mean my daughter running off with her father. So that would, that would probably.
My
really
daughter
make me
could have run off with 6 other men, 6 husbands.
Michael, don't you have a Frank Sinatra story too? You must.
It's unrepeatable, except, and I didn't sleep with him either.
Well, then tell us.
I hope not. That's not what I heard.
For heaven's
The stuff of legend.
What? What are you whispering about?
Well, I think we should leave poor Sinatra alone. He's so old and he can't even sing any longer.
Oh,
You know he is.
yes, he can. Well, I thought, no, well, then tell us a Raquel story.
Raquel
Do you have a
Welch?
good Raquel Welch
Tell us
story?
a Raquel Welch.
Me?
Do you have a Raquel Welch story?
Michael.
Why shall we talk
Well, you know what?
about-
You folks really get around. You know what? I have led the most boring life. I'm just ashamed of myself. We're going to be back in a minute. We're going to talk to the guys. Maybe. I don't know. Right to us in Vicki, 3000 West Alameda Avenue, room 2977, Burbank, California, 91523.
Don't let the memories of 1992 just fade away. Take one more look at a year in review. The images of 92, right here.
A Year in Review, Images of 92, Saturday at 4 on Channel 5.
Where do you go when you want big savings on new 93 Pontiacs and factory program cars? To Pontiac Central, to Barillo Pontiac in Lincoln Park. Right now, you can own a new 93 Pontiac Grand Am for only $217 a month with a Barillo Smart Buy. A 92 Grand Am sedan with all this equipment is only $99.95. Barillo Pontiac sells more because Barillo sells Pontiacs for less. See Barillo Pontiac, Chicagoland's Pontiac Central.
Grab your coat and hat. It's time for the betting experts' lowest prices of the year sale. Better hurry. These prices are only good through New Year's Day. Buy a Sealy twin mattress for only $44 and save 60% on all Posturepedic. Call 800-543-4BED for the location nearest you. Mention this commercial and get a free bed frame or free delivery. Just call 800-543-4BED. The betting experts. Sale ends 6 p.m. New Year's Day.
Do you want your car done right?
If you want your car done right, it has to be serviced by the right people. And at Jiffy Lube, our technicians have the experience of changing the oil in more than 53 million cars. That's a level of experience you won't find anywhere else.
And that's a very good reason to bring your car to Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change.
We got experience. Jiffy Lube.
The Pro Swing System is the first golf swing trainer that's been designed specifically for year-round indoor use. The electronic sensors instantaneously analyze all aspects of your golf swing. Your club face angle, your swing path, your club head speed, and the results of your shot. Call now 1-800-35-GOLF-1. Order today and start swinging like a pro.
The Pro Swing System really tells you everything you need to know to teach you the perfect swing. It's going to lower an awful lot of handicap.
I didn't sleep with everybody. I didn't marry everybody I slept with. You did.
That's a very moral thing.
Can I ask, is that my place here now or is it hers? Because mine and I want to talk now, all right?
Yeah.
All right, woke up.
What show is that from? Do you girls remember?
Exactly the same, don't I?
You both do.
That was 15 years ago.
You got, let me just say this.
She's aging.
Well, hush now for a minute. I just want to say one thing. You all look fabulous. So there. Who has a question out here? Did you have a question you wanted to ask? Stand up.
We were told that one of the ladies is the only one that took away the man from...
You're right, from Liz Taylor.
Liz Taylor.
Okay, you're right, and I said that, and we never found out. Well, let's find out right now. Who was it? Who stole a husband from Liz Taylor?
I stole two of his.
You stole two of her husbands?
But it wasn't her husband. She stole Nicky Hilton from me, and then I don't remember if she was married or not to Richard. I can't remember. But that was just a little weekend.
Well, who did you steal from her?
Well, I didn't. Well, Nicky Hilton was, I had a love affair with, and then he married Liz. Liz doesn't like me. I don't like her either. And
Wait a minute, isn't your daughter the daughter of a Hilton?
Yeah. My daughter's Francesca Hilton, of course she's the daughter of
But
a Hilton.
who's she the daughter of? Nicky?
No, Conrad.
Oh, excuse me.
I think you guys have to read that book, otherwise I'm going to come out like the purple or red lady here tonight.
It's hard to keep all this stuff straight. We're just trying to keep it all straight. So didn't it say in your books that you were Liz Taylor's mother-in-law at one point
I
or
was
something?
married to Conrad Hilton. I was 41 years older than I was. I was 1 week in America when he proposed. I couldn't even speak English then, and he married me 3 weeks
What's
later.
different? I'm sorry, I apologize. I apologize.
Now, girls. Now. Did you have a question? Stand up.
Hello. I think Sonny's a very nice man, and I want to know more about his new wife.
Pardon me?
I want to know more
She would
about
like to
your
know
new
more
wife.
about your new wife.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say I feel like I walked through a mirror and I'm going to talk to a rabbit any minute now.
What does that mean?
Alice in Wonderland.
He played my husband already, remember?
If we didn't have an affair.
No.
Well, you know what Jaja says, it's never too late.
Yeah.
He's married to a
My
beautiful
wife
lady.
is right here, and she's the mother of my two
Oh, well,
beautiful
let's
children.
meet Mary.
and,
Stand up, Mary. Say hi.
And I couldn't be more happily married, and I couldn't believe more in families and fidelity and monogamy.
You're Republican.
Two babies you have now, right?
I have two.
How old are the kids?
I have a son that's 4.5 and a daughter that's 1.5, and I'm very much in love with them. And
Tell us about Cher. Was she terrible? She's
No.
a friend of mine. I love her.
no, Cher, and it was a very nice life, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But I like this life much better.
She also has a question over here. Can you come over here? What's your question?
This is for Shelly. There have been so many theories on Marilyn's death, and since you were kind of close with her, or the closest that we've kind of gotten out of the show, I was wondering what your theory was.
All right, first I'd like to say something. When you're a film star or just a starlet and just coming up, you gauge your success and your worthwhileness unless you've had a great family life. You have no self-esteem except what they write in the columns or what the producers of pictures tell you. And in those days, Hedda Hopper and Luella Parsons would call you the next day. And much of what I went through was to prove how desirable I was, because I felt very undesirable. And because they kept telling me I wasn't talented, it was an accident. And I lent myself to all that blonde bombshell crap. And even though I won 2 Oscars, I believed it and went through this kind of thing of reinforcing my idea that I was a desirable woman. And many women have affairs, maybe men do too, because they want to know inside that they're desirable. And I think because it's in film work, you so much have that, the sexuality, and it's reinforced, and you're as good as your last picture. Marilyn suffered from that a great deal, but during her life, she tried to commit suicide 3 times. At that point in her life, she had been fired by Fox, which meant she could not work anyplace else. I believe they fired her because Cleopatra was shooting in Rome. They do this often, and it was costing a great deal of money, and if they prove that Marilyn could not work, they could collect the insurance. And the insurance money would help them finish Cleopatra. Those are the kind of things that go on here. And every 4 years, when there's an election, suddenly there's a big scandal how John Kennedy and Bob Kennedy were somehow involved in Marilyn's death. I don't believe it.